Alrighty, morning everyone and welcome back to another beautiful video on this beautiful channel on another beautiful day. Today's video is about gold again, isn't that nice? Yeah. So, I want to talk to you about the selling of gold today. Or rather why some people tend to think that it's not very easy to do so. I beg to differ, but everyone can have their opinion and we are going to talk about that today because that's really the only thing we can do. Talk about stuff that we don't agree with, right? And I think that is a very good idea, and I also did a video about silver just a while back, and a lot of people wanted to see that. So, yeah, I guess we're doing the same about gold because it seems to be interesting. There we go. And yeah, so that's pretty much the plan for today. We're going to talk about why some people apparently think that gold is hard to sell, why I disagree with that, where you can look to sell your gold if you really have trouble selling your gold. I don't know why you would, but there you go. And things like that, right? Because I think it's really something that shouldn't be hard for anyone. And I think that some people are actually serious when they say that they think it's hard to sell their gold. And we want to change that because that's not really a good thing. No, sir. So, yeah, that's pretty much going to be the topic for today's video. And I really hope you enjoy it. Before we start with all that, I think we should take a close look at the stuff that I brought for you today because it's actually two very, very cool coins. And it's a very new and a very old coin, actually. Let's start with a very new one. That's a 2021 American Gold Eagle, 1 ounce version. Very, very cool coin. Wish I had a lot more of those. Well, who doesn't? But yeah, I guess we are sticking with one for now. I am maybe gonna buy another one next month. It's gonna be a tight squeeze though, so yeah, don't quote me on that, I guess. If I do, you'll see it here on the channel though, and I really hope that I can actually get an old one, which is, a little bit counterintuitive, but I really want an old one because I don't have one. I only have new ones, because the ones that I bought as random dates have always been new ones. I don't know why. Apparently new ones are less desirable than old ones now. Can't be the case, but that's just what I got. So there's that. And the next coin that I brought is a double eagle, actually, a $20 Liberty head from the year of 1883. So it really is an old boy, and I love these. I think the back of them is absolutely beautiful. I think they did a stunning job on these, and to be honest, I think that most of the older American coins are way more beautiful than any of the new stuff, in my opinion. Besides, of course, the gold eagles, I really like those. But, like in general, all the semi-numismatic stuff and stuff like that, I just think that the old coins just look a lot better. In great condition, of course, because, they can be a little bit worn down and then they don't really look like anything. But I think you get the point, right? So, two really, really epic coins. One exactly an ounce, one a little bit less than an ounce. Of course, only talking about the fine gold content. Everyone knows that the eagle is a little bit heavier than an ounce, but it doesn't really matter because it's both very easy to sell. And that's the main point of today's video. Why do some people think that gold is apparently hard to sell? I think that is mainly also driven by the fact that a lot of people are buying gold in person in a store close to their home. Basically, they pretty much maybe go online or not go online or go into a newspaper or whatever, and have a look at their nearest gold and silver dealer, right? Which is usually like a small shop, a small business, which is great because supporting small businesses is obviously a great thing. But the problem is that some of these dealers don't really buy back a lot. I don't know why that is. I've never personally had an experience like that. My local bullion dealers are all perfectly fine with buying stuff back. Of course, also a little bit over spot. Of course, for stuff that they sell to me with like no premium, of course they're not gonna buy it back for spot. But with the stuff that they actually sell me with a premium, they're also gonna give me a little bit of that premium back. Not all of it because they gotta make some money. But I really never had any issues with that. Some people, however, do. I don't know why that is and why some bullion dealers don't really want to do business. I don't know, because from what I've heard, it is actually a thing that some local bullion dealers just don't buy back gold for a lot near spot, and also not silver, but silver's not the point today. So I don't understand that. I really don't. I mean, every bullion dealer knows the prices that they have to pay if they buy new from a mint. Now, you can't just go ahead and offer someone 10% less than what you would pay for a coin. for a coin that is basically only worth, the gold value. If you if you're going with like some collectible item, of course there's always a lot of money that kind of goes away when you sell it to a dealer, because a dealer has to then cope with the risk of having this coin in stock and potentially not being able to sell it, right? That's the thing with collector's coins. It's a little bit tricky, and it's better to sell those to private parties. But like with normal bullion stuff, like, come on. You can't have the same standards for that, or even close. Like, what? I understand that this is a very volatile time as far as the price of precious metals goes, but you can't just go ahead and buy back people's gold bullion coins that you sold to them over spot for like 10% under. You just can't do that. In my opinion, that gets very, very close to a scam. I don't like that. That's very not good. And that's, as far as I know, one of the main reasons why people say that it's hard to sell gold. Because they just think, yeah, they went to one spot and they can't sell it there for a good price, so it must be really hard. No, it's actually not. You just need to turn on your computer once, which is something that most people do all the time to do useless stuff. Might be a good idea to also do something useful with that. Now, I know that most of you already did that, but you get the point. Like with these people that think that gold is hard to sell, just turn on your computer and try to sell it online. You'll be surprised how easy that is. Because basically every big bullion dealer is buying back stuff. Because why wouldn't they? They can buy it back for less money than they have to pay from the mints, and they can sell it for less, so it sells more quickly, because people love secondhand gold and silver, including me. And, I really don't understand why people don't just go ahead and do that. It's like, it's so obvious that it's apparently almost invisible for some people. It is not hard to sell a gold coin, especially not a coin like an American Eagle. Like, come on, everyone buys those. At least everyone should buy those. If you're a dealer and you're not buying them for anything close to spot, I don't know what's going on. Because I can guarantee you that the mint is not going to sell them to you under spot. So chances are, yeah, no? Okay. So yeah, enough with that though. It's a very easy thing to sell your gold. Even if you've got like a lot of gold, it's easy, right? Even if you don't want to sell it to an online dealer, just take your phone and call around and call some local bullion dealers that are reasonably close to you, right? I'm gonna guarantee you that you're gonna get spot with someone, right? It doesn't have to be the first one, probably won't be the last one by chance, but someone in between there's probably gonna give you spot. I would really, really be surprised if that's not the case, right? Of course, if you're living on some deserted island, there's literally one dealer there. Might be a bit hard to get spot there, because of course they gotta ship it out somehow and get their money back or whatever. But if you're not, which I'd assume most of you aren't, it really isn't hard. And now some people say, yes, but if it's not fine gold, people will only buy it for melt. That's the stupidest argument that I've ever heard in my life. It doesn't matter with gold if it's pure fine gold or if it's like 22 karat or whatever, right? It's not a different price. I don't know why it isn't. Don't ask me that, but I just know that it isn't. For example, I can buy a kilo bar of fine gold over here for 0.5% under spot. However, I cannot buy an American Eagle for like 3% over. It's more like 3.5 over here. So, you see that? Yeah. It doesn't matter what kind of gold it is. It only matters how desirable it is. And obviously a kilo bar of gold, much less desirable than a 1 ounce eagle, right? Because a kilo bar of gold is really only for someone that has a crud ton of money to spend on basically millions in gold. Because why would you spend it on a chunk of gold that you really can't do anything with otherwise, right? Because if you then have to sell some of your gold, you gotta sell the whole thing. Right? It's the most useless thing ever. As soon as you need like $200 out of it, you gotta sell 50 grand worth of gold. Or like 55. So it makes no sense, right? That's why people buy quote unquote smaller sizes, like a 1 ounce gold eagle, which is still like $2,000. It's a little bit less now, but like you get the point. Neither is hard to sell. You can also sell the gold bar very easily, right? There's no problem there. It's just very inconvenient. That's what I'm saying, right? It's not that it's majorly large. It's about the size of one of those old iPhones, but well, not the very old ones, like iPhone 6 or whatnot, but you get the point. It's really easy to sell them. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's like fine gold. It doesn't matter if it's 22 karat. It doesn't matter if it's 900 parts gold. It doesn't matter with gold. As long as it's not like 500 parts gold, then someone's probably only going to buy it for melt, and I wouldn't buy it for anything more than that. So, yeah, but if it's a normal coin, right? If it's like a Krugerrand or an American Eagle or some older stuff like double eagles or Indian heads or whatever. Indian heads, totally different topic. Please don't ever sell that for spot. But you get the point, right? If it's a usual coin, a coin that dealers usually come across, it should be at least spot. It doesn't matter what kind of metal it is or what kind of alloy it is, not what kind of metal it is, it should be gold. But there's no point in marking that down. I really don't see that. I really don't see why you would pay a lot less than spot for it. Maybe 1 or maybe 2%. If it's really something that a dealer is then also only going to sell for 1 or 2% over spot. But making 5% on a coin that's $2,000, that's a good chunk of money, right? That's pretty much, that's what most people work for an entire day. You're going to say one coin. So it really is a good deal in my opinion. And as I said, I am completely aware of the fact that it is quite risky to deal with gold and silver nowadays. Heck, I am dealing with gold and silver myself, and I very well know that. But still, that's not an excuse to scam people just because no one's looking, So if you want to sell your gold, just do it. There's nothing hard about it. If you think it's hard, just try a bit harder. Because legitimately, there is very few things easier in life than selling gold. It really is just like that. It's almost as easy as just getting cash from your bank account. It really is. It always has been like that for me. If I've got a gold coin and I need some money, I go to my local bullion dealer, gives me spot, and I walk out with the money. I don't get it. I don't get how it can be hard to sell that. As I said, maybe it is, but then just have another look around. You're going to find someone that's going to give you a good chunk of money for it. Preferably a bit over spot. Just spot is all right. Below spot only on stuff that really, is a bit hard to sell or that would only be sold as for a couple percent over spot by the dealer, right? So, yeah, that is pretty much my take on that. Of course, one last thing. If you're selling smaller stuff, like, 1/10 ounce or something like that, a dealer is usually going to give you more than spot than that if he doesn't want to scam you, because, of course, there's a lot more margin in those. But, some dealers argue, I don't even know what they argue, I don't care. But some dealers aren't going to give you more than spot for that. Which, I wouldn't really call that a scam because that's technically what it's worth. It's just, you're getting way more if you sell it to a private party, so just go ahead and do that. Sell it to a private person, sell it to someone that wants it, and you're going to get probably all of your markup back, maybe 5% less, but, it's really not a big deal. So I would say try that first. If you're really not getting a good price by, from any dealer that's reasonably close to you or online, I don't know. So, yeah, I would reckon do that. And what I've also discovered is that a lot of people are actually paying big markups on 1/10 ounce over in the US. Just a little tiny piece of advice. This is not financial advice, but just something that I would do. I would not pay more than like 10, 11, maybe 12% over spot for a 1/10 ounce. If you're paying like 20 or 25, that's really not worth it. Please don't do that. I really don't see why that would be a good idea. So don't do that, okay? Just save up a little longer. I don't think that's a good idea. But in general, I loved 1/10 ounce, and if you can get them for cheap, I think it's a great thing to save some money and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much my take on that. If you've got difficulties selling your gold locally, just go online, get some quotes, and just ship it out to someone that covers shipping. Make sure that they cover shipping, and just sell it to them. I don't see a problem there. So yeah, hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, like, dislike, whatever you might want to do. If you want to, you can also ask something in the comments or write something else there. I'll be very happy to answer that as always. And if you want to make me very happy, you can subscribe to the channel. And so yeah, that way you don't miss any other videos and stuff. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Have a fantastic week, and until next time.